What's up, YouTube? This is Take 5 Podcast. I'm Aaron Action.
I'm Jack Nasty.
I'm Dustin.
Sam the Man.
And I'm Rosie.
Today's topic is top 5 album covers. All right, Rosie, what'd you have for number 5?
For number 5, I'm going to go with Elvis. 50 million fans can't be wrong.
Hell yeah. I know you're on for that episode.
I am.
That's going to be fun. You know that, Sam? We're going to do a top 5 Elvis songs.
Really?
Yeah, with Midnight Devils.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, Sam, what'd you have for number 5?
I want it to be known that I'm excluding all Iron Maiden today. Iron Maiden would take up my whole top 5. Killers and Somewhere in Time would be at the top of the list, so I'm excluding them.
Peace of Mind was always my favorite one.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So Son was mine.
I'm going with the Trek's favorite. Halloween, Keeper of the Seven Keys.
Gotta be
Wow.
awesome, yep.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one.
I'm into the fantasy artwork, I guess, after making my list.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, Dustin, what'd you have for number 5?
Number 5, I've got Black Sabbath, The Mob Rules.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually, it's a painting. And when I dug into it, I forget the painter's name, actually. But the name of the painting was Crucified or Crucifiers. I think it was Crucifiers. And I was always intrigued with like that album cover. I mean, because it's a painting, and I guess it kind of makes sense. The Mob Rules, Crucifiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my number 5.
All
Black
right.
Sabbath with Dio.
Yeah, with Dio.
The Mob Rules.
Yep.
All right, Trex, what was your number 5?
All right. Exodus, Fabulous Disasters. The band sitting in front of a TV laughing as a report of a nuclear war is happening, because that's what Fabulous Disaster was about, like nuclear war. But it was just so basic. It was awesome.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. I remember being a teenager and being a big fan of rock and roll. Going to my dad's on the weekends, him taking me to the record store to spend my allowance, flipping through the records alphabetically until I found a cover that caught my eye. That's how I found most bands. I chose number 5 to dedicate to the singer who just passed away, Steve Grimmett. I know this cover is cheesy, but it was awesome to a 10-year-old Aaron Action. Grim Reaper, See You in Hell.
And you've always liked that band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
awesome.
cheesy, but as a kid, I was like, oh, man, this is so sweet, you know?
I don't think it's cheesy, man. I mean, it's appropriate for. That's not appropriate. It's not the right word, but it fit that time.
Yeah, and it fit the band. It was perfect for them. Yeah. Were you ever a Grim Reaper fan, Dustin?
I like those two, that album and the one either before or after it. Those couple
after
videos.
it. Yeah.
That traditional
Fear No
British
Evil.
heavy metal. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. All right.
We
Rosie?
all had Grim Reaper and Molly Hatchet shirts.
Right. Well,
And
yeah.
if any of the 5 of us say we didn't, we're fucking liars.
Yeah, Molly
Wow.
Hatchet, man, they had sweet album covers. The music wasn't very
That's what
good.
I said, because they had like Rizzoli.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I definitely like that.
Style art, but then their music was like didn't even fit it. That was so disappointing. When I bought them just for the album cover, and I was disappointed because they do Rizzoli.
Yeah.
All right, Rosie, what's your number 4? Molly Hatchet?
Number 4, I'm gonna say the Misfits, Earth AD.
Yeah, that was good.
Trex, we talked about that last night.
I said, yeah, most of their album covers are awesome because they like based on like horror.
All right, Sam, what was your number 4?
My number 4 is I don't know. I think it's probably what got me into motorcycles, probably. Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Just the guys sitting there on their bikes and just loved it. I think I was about 16 or 17 at the time and wanted a Harley so bad.
That's awesome. I wasn't expecting that to be on anybody's list. That's cool. All right, Dustin, what'd you have for number 4?
Number 4, I got this is one that I've always thought was cool as fuck. Even being a kid, it's a drawing, but it's I know I mentioned this guy, the one we did last night, the guitar solos. Uncle Ted Nugent, Weekend Warriors. Because if you don't know it, which I know you'll show it, it's him playing the guitar, but the headstock of it turns into like it's firing a shotgun.
Yeah,
So,
see, I don't. Yeah, I have to when I have to see it when I research
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, right on. Trex.
All right.
Number 4.
Onslaught, Power from Hell, 1985.
Damn. Okay.
From the pentagram, a demon appears with smoke and a halberd looking weapon. And it was just so awesome. It caught my eye and I bought the album because of it.
All right, Trex, I'm about to top that one.
Really?
My number 4. Yeah, my number 4. Dustin will know it as soon as I talk about it. But the album cover is a photo that the guitar player took of the lead singer dead shortly after he committed suicide with a shotgun. Mayhem, Dawn of the Black Hearts.
Yeah, wild shit.
Yeah, the singer killed his
from Denmark,
guitar.
right?
Listen, like the singer shot himself in the head with a shotgun in the bathroom, and the guitar player climbed in through the bathroom, was taking pictures of him and posing him in different poses and stuff.
Wow!
And that was the album cover. But then a couple years later, he ended up getting killed, and I guess the dude's parents end up like confiscating the picture, so now they're like destroyed. But yeah, Rosie, check out that album cover. It's pretty crazy.
It is crazy.
I don't think nobody's gonna beat that one.
Yeah, weren't they the band that got in trouble for murder?
Yeah, the one member killed the other. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's some black metal for you, Rosie.
Yeah.
All right, Rosie, what was your number 3?
Good Lord.
Follow that up.
So I'm just gonna sidebar that horrible story real quick.
She don't know me too well.
Strickler, since you just gave Uncle Ted's story, and gave one last night. If you look at my Facebook memories today, there's a picture you'll see from an Ace Frehley video shoot. There's a picture of me in a bar with his drummer, with Ted Nugent's drummer. But my next one, I'm gonna go with Sonic Youth Goo.
Wow.
That was good.
Pretty cool. Yeah, see,
I like some.
You listen to stuff that you listen to stuff I never expected because I don't really know you that well. But yeah, I mean, you're out there. I like that. That's how I am too.
All over the place.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome.
Most women are.
Yeah.
Trex said that.
Dustin has the unfair advantage. He's known me for
yeah. He's known you longer. All right, Sam, what was your number 3?
Going back classic again. Judas Priest, British Steel.
Yeah.
Just the hand with the giant razor blade.
Yeah.
Iconic classic.
Yeah.
It puts out a statement. Just great.
Good record too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Dustin, what'd you have for number 3?
Number 3, I went kind of different on this one, a band you all know. This was an album, I think it came out in 88, that I think you all might remember me talking about a teacher that I had that was, he and I, was into skateboarding, and he turned me on to the first New York hardcore bands I ever got into.
Mm-hmm.
But another band he got me into, and this album cover is Jane's Addiction, Nothing Shocking.
Wow.
Yeah. I've always loved that. It's when you put it up, the story I read on that is Jane's Addiction, from some of the money they got from the label, they hired some artists to do this. The two, what it is, it's two women, two twins sitting on a rocking chair burning, and Perry Farrell, like after they paid to do it, he watched how they did it, and then he did his own version, and that's the version that made on the album cover. Was his version. Yeah.
Now, are you a fan of them?
I love that album.
Because I never knew that. As long as I've known you, I never knew you like Jane's Addiction.
I love that album. I'll dip into other things, but yeah, man, that album, that was during a time it was very pivotal with my taste in music, just discovering new things. I got on the path of obviously the late 80s stuff, New York hardcore, thrash, crossover, and a lot of the alternative stuff at that time. So yeah, Jane's Addiction, nothing shocking.
All right, right on. All right, Trex, number 3.
All right, this is no brainer because I like this one because when we was in high school, remember when Day would draw giant pads of album covers, Aaron?
Yeah.
I liked when he did it. The Megadeth Peace Cells with Vic with the for sale sign at the NATO, because he made that huge and it looked so good.
Yeah. Megadeth had some good album covers.
Yeah.
I'm never a fan of the band, but yeah.
And
all right, my number 3. Back to normal. My number 3 is Wasp, self-titled.
Yeah, that's on my honorable mention.
I knew this band was going to be good by just the album cover. I seen that, I'm like, dude, these guys are awesome. I haven't even heard it yet. It kind of explains their sound just by looking at them. You know what I mean? Like it fits. Right, that's my number 3. Yeah. All right, Rosie, number 2.
I purposefully did not put any Wasp on my list because I knew that you would, and then you'd be like, "Oh, that's on my list."
Let's change it.
Getting to know you.
I had that.
Getting to know you.
You swerved me.
She knows me too well now.
So, next I'm gonna go with Kiss Unmasked.
Oh wow!
This will be on yours.
I know everybody knew there was going to be a Kiss album, but I figured
who is it?
Kiss Unmasked.
Oh, that's the band you like? Okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
No,
I've never heard of.
She don't like the band. She just likes that album cover. Hey, there's another band you can't put on your list, Rosie. Faster Pussycat.
I purposely didn't put Faster Pussycat on there either, or Cinderella.
We talked about those last night. They're just a picture of them, but pretty fucking awesome album covers. I don't care what anybody says.
I also didn't put the Midnight Devils on my list on purpose.
Oh, yeah, I figured that'd be your number 1.
Yeah, that's what we said last night.
All right, Sam, what's your number 2?
Rex just brought him up, Megadeth. But mine is Rust in Peace.
That was a good one too.
Love that. I mean, it's got the aliens. It's got Vic on there. It's just.
It's the same artist also that did those 2 album covers, the one Shrek said and the one you said. And I'm trying to remember his name. That's why I almost didn't want to speak up. He's done a lot of other album covers too. That if you knew it was him and you would see him, you would see that it's his style, especially how he does character faces and shit. Like it's very distinct.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, what's your number 2?
Number 2 is one that someone gave me the cassette of this when I was pretty young. I would say like maybe 10 years old, and I was hooked with it, hooked with the band, especially the album cover. It's one of the early Whitesnake albums called Love Hunter.
Oh wow!
And, yeah, it's a painting, another painting. It's a giant snake with a redheaded woman facing it, like riding it, and she's naked. So a 10-year-old kid.
Why you like it? Yeah.
Well, fuck yeah, that's why I like it.
So like Lindsay, Aaron, the snake.
But it's always stuck with me.
No doubt. Hey, Rosie. Sam and Dustin is the perverts on the panel.
What if I am too?
Guilty. Yep.
All right, Trex, what was your number 2?
All right. I kind of figured you'd know this one a little bit. Dancing Undercover Rat. I just like the portrait. It's like basic,
Yeah.
but the way they did the slash portrait, that was awesome. That was because when I got into Rat, that was on my friend Billy Arnold's wall, the poster. And that's just what got my eye on them. Like, man, that's amazing. I mean, it's simple.
It's funny. It's funny because remember when we started the show, that's how I was trying to describe how I wanted us. Remember, like,
Yep.
like
Yeah,
they were
that's how
dancing
you
on the
want
cover.
the intro.
Yeah.
I'd be Warren Day Martini with the cigarette.
Yeah. All right. My number 2. This is the first album I ever bought. The cover wasn't so great, but I'll never forget when I opened the gatefold for the first time. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know if I should be scared or intrigued. Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The album cover is kind of plain, but I just remember opening it up and seeing it for the first time, and I was like, oh, my God, what is this, man?
Yeah.
And like I've told the story before, but Motley Crue is the band that kind of like made me who I am today. That album that was the beginning of it for me.
On that album, that and Wasp, I mean, when I was a kid, they always look like superheroes. Like the way they dress and everything. That's what made
I don't like superheroes, so. All right, Rosie, what you got for number 1? Drum roll.
Babes in Toyland, Nimbus Sisters.
Hold on, you froze up. What was it?
Babes in Toyland, Nimbus Sisters.
Oh, right on. Damn, yeah, you're all over the place. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I totally respect that. That's cool.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a fucking cool cover. It's the art is off the wall. I actually, when I was getting ready, I was like, oh, I should go downstairs and grab that vinyl. And then I was like, oh shit, I sold that on eBay during COVID.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
Fuck, why'd I do that?
All right, Sam, number 1.
No surprises out of me. Not today. So, and it was one of the early ones that I remember. I remember riding to school on the bus. This kid, he's like, we're not listening to Michael Jackson today.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
It was all Beat It, Thriller. He breaks out the little baby with the cigarette, Angel.
Yeah.
Man,
I know this.
in 1984, just it had nothing to do with the album. The guitars and it just blows you away. So I just always love that cover.
Yeah.
Another
That's right. Yeah, you told me that story before. Yeah, that is awesome. I totally forgot about that one. All right, Dustin, what you got for number 1?
Number 1, the album artwork for it is another. It's a drawing from a guy named Robert Williams, who did some comic book style stuff, but once again, very distinct style. This was the original album artwork that immediately got banned, and another album cover replaced it, which is what everyone knows is the classic, iconic album cover. But Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
We were talking about that last night.
Yeah. See, I knew you were going to have that. That's why I didn't. I knew that was going to be on your list.
And the name of that drawing is called Appetite for Destruction.
Right on. All right, Trex. What you got for number 1?
My number 1, the top of my list. Gotta say, Manowar, Kings of Metal. Because I like the Conan style art. They have a mascot. And we were talking about this last night. Most bands with mascots, they have great artwork. And
yeah.
I like fantasy art anyway. Like Sam. Like Fazoli and all the Conan style stuff I always like. So that was my number 1.
Yeah, Maiden War had some cool covers.
Yeah, it was hard to choose which one.
All right, my number one is also from an artist. It was a painting from Frank Kelly Frias, however you pronounce that. But this album came out, I was about 4 years old, and it legit scared the shit out of me. Robot with a bloody finger stabbing the band, then in the gatefold reaching in and grabbing people gave me nightmares. My number one, Queen, News of the World.
I knew it.
Yeah, dude, that, oh my God. I had a cousin that had that record and they're playing it. And dude, it scared me to death, man. And like, so that's got to be my favorite. You know what I mean?
You swerved me because I said that was gonna be your number one, and you said no, it's not gonna be my number one.
Yeah, I'm not like you and Dustin and give away the answers all the time. And Sam.
You swerved me.
Rosie does it too. She's
I
sent
did
me a
it one
picture of her list.
time. One time.
It's like, I'm ready. Look at my list.
One.
Any honorable mentions?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll let
All right,
Rosie go first.
Rosie, what you got?
So for honorable mentions, I actually made a list this time. I'm super prepared today.
Yay!
Be so proud. Joy Division, Satanic Panic. Danzig, the self-titled album.
Yeah.
Which, fun story. When I was 15 and I went to go get my first tattoo, or no, 14, sorry. I really wanted the skull across my upper back.
Mm-hmm.
When we got there, my mom decided no. So I ended up with a fucking stupid tramp stamp heart on my lower back. But I really wanted the Danzig skull across my upper
Rosie,
back.
guess whose first tattoo was the Danzig skull?
Really?
Yours?
Not mine. Dan Hatfield.
Yeah, I remember that. I in Danzig back then.
Yep, that was his first tattoo.
One of the first tattoos Ben did was on me. Cherries on my foot and the drug-free across my chest, which is no longer there. But so yeah, I got a tramp stamp instead. Got L7, Smell the Magic.
Yeah.
I always loved that album cover. The Beatles, Pepper.
Oh yeah.
And Green Day, Dookie.
Rosie, you're breaking up.
Oh, sorry. Green Day, Dookie, and the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper.
Oh, right on. Dustin, Sam, somebody.
I got.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, Dustin.
All right, the couple I got. The first one I'll mention isn't so much one particular album cover. It was an art collective that did several album covers that we would all know. The art collective was called Hypnosis, and they spell it Hypgnosis, Hypnosis. And they did a couple Black Sabbath album covers, Technical Ecstasy. They did UFO, Force It. They did a couple Def Leppard, Pyromania, and I believe On Through the Night. They did AC/DC, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Some Pink Floyd ones that I forget which ones, but that's an interesting one if anybody ever wants to look up Hypnosis. Like I said, how they spell it, Hypgnosis. And you'll recognize so many things, be like, wow, I didn't realize this was all the same. And it was 3 different guys that did this art collective, so I'm not sure if they all maybe had a hand in each, whatever they did. But so there's that one. Then this one I gotta mention, which I think we're all gonna get a laugh from, is gotta bring up the Spinal Tap album cover. I mean, just from the movie alone, Smell the Glove, and how they describe it and how just ridiculous it sounds. And then the one that I always thought was funny was when they were talking about album reviews. They showed that the cover for the album Shark Sandwich, and when it was just a 2-word review, and they say it was shit sandwich.
Nice.
So those are the couple honorable mentions that I had.
All right, Sam.
The artwork just does me in, the fantasy stuff. So this is something I would have drawn probably about 8th or 9th grade. I was huge in the art back then. Anyway, James Maudsley trilogy.
Oh, wow.
Just bent down with his guitar fighting a dragon, a 3-headed dragon, shooting fire out of his guitar. So, I mean, just a great image, something I would have drawn back then myself.
I didn't even think about him. I'm surprised somebody didn't have him on like the solo list.
Yeah, no doubt.
He was,
Well, Rosie?
He was in mine. Oh, I got one more too. I'm sorry, Rosie. Blink 182. Enema of the State.
Damn, you throwing out some surprises.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know you never heard you once say Blink 182 for anything.
I knew somebody was gonna have it.
That's my perverted side there, I guess.
Yeah. All right, Trek, what you got?
All right. Well, this one here, Aaron actually introduced me to this one, Haunted Garage Possession Park, because we was in the used kids. And he went like a day before and picked up the album. And there was a poster of it because it just come out. And his wife at the time, Angie, she's like, look, Trek's and his girlfriend talking about the demons and the roller coaster. And
Yeah, it shows he's like going down the roller coaster, like, and the one looked like Trex. It was pretty funny. Anything else, Trex?
Alice Cooper, Raise Your Fist and Yell with the fist with his face on it. That was the first Alice Cooper I bought. And then Overkill, Years in Decay, 1989, with like the temple, a skull temple and flames, like pillars with flames on them. And can't forget to mention To Hell with the Devil, the original cover. When
Yeah.
doing the demon, like have the guy, and they banned it because they said it was too sacrilegious. And then the original Bon Jovi, Slippery and Wet, with the girl with the boobs, or with the shirt.
The girl had boobs.
Wow.
They banned it because the boobs were too big.
That's funny. All right, anything else? Anybody? None? I don't guess.
One of the first albums I ever got, I'm walking through Kmart, and it's amazing. The album artwork just grabs a hold of you, like buying me. So I was never a big fan of the band, but their album artwork made me buy. Lizzie Borden.
Oh, I love
We were
Lizzie
talking
Borden.
about them last night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Lizzie Borden
Masters
too.
in Disguise, man. Great album cover.
Yeah.
Give him the axe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
You
with
never
my
liked the music,
Hatchet.
Sam?
I guess I used to be into it a long time ago.
Right on. What'd you say, Rosie?
I said they're right there with my Molly Hatchet. reference.
Yeah. Yeah. Lizzie Borden is awesome. All right. Anything else?
So can I talk about something for a second?
Yeah.
Somebody freezing up.
Is it? Am I sucking up?
I think we're good.
So on September 10th, we're holding, not we as in us five, but
Yeah.
our Creatures Fest team. We're holding a benefit, and now some of the talent has been announced. So we're gonna have Vinnie Vincent.
Hell yeah. We talk about him a lot on this show.
Yes, we do. And the Talisman, which you guys would know as Gene's solo band or Ace's solo band. Ryan Spencer Cook, Jeremy as Brock, and Philip Schaus are going to be there. Some other special guests, and we're going to be raising money for Real Men Wear Pink. And so 100% of proceeds are going to be going towards it. Creatures Fest team are paying for everything out of pocket. So literally 100% of whatever is raised will be going towards the benefit. Nothing will be covering, or nothing like that's raised will be covering the expenses. And one of the guys, Brian Bell, he's matching dollar for dollar, up to $15,000. So we're gonna have cool things like Dale Walter is donating an Ace Frehley signed Epiphone guitar. Eric Singer is donating a should be here any day now. Drumhead signed by the current lineup of Kiss. We're gonna have all kinds of cool stuff you can bid on, and that will be done on Kiss Live Auctions Facebook page, and you can see all the information on the Creatures Fest Facebook page.
Awesome.
So that's what I had to talk about.
All right. Sounds good. Anybody else? All right.
You said it all.
All right. Thank you. 5 and out.
5 out.
See you later, guys.
See ya.